And finally, Michael Green, there's the Philippines. That's the last stop on President Obama's trip. It also has a territorial standoff with China, and as a result of that, it has deepened its military cooperation with Washington. How do you see the challenges in the Philippines, and how will they welcome President Obama?
The United States has a very warm, affectionate, and complicated relationship with the Philippines. We annexed the Philippines over 100 years ago, but then we were the first country in history to decolonize, to encourage and welcome a country to become an independent republic on its own. In World War II, when many European colonies, when they were taken by the Japanese, saw the indigenous people support Japan and the Filipinos supported us, fought with us, went into the hills and the jungles, many of them, to fight the Japanese. So we have this warm history together. We had bases in the Philippines until the end of the Cold War. But at the same time, there's an undercurrent of resentment towards the U.S. from this history. The president is finding that there are protesters against the U.S. in the Philippines. There have been for a long time. At the same time, the current government and the majority of Filipinos are very pro-U.S. and very worried about China, which has been basically pushing them around, using their new Coast Guard and their Navy to essentially seize waters that Filipino fishermen have used for centuries and kick them out. They've blockaded a Philippine Marine Corps naval station. It's basically a ship grounded on some rocks. And the Filipino Navy has had to sneak through to resupply them. It's very tense, and the Chinese are using a lot of muscle. They've cut off banana exports from the Philippines and other things to pressure them. And the Filipino government, the people of the Philippines have agreed they want to see more of the U.S. again. So there's an agreement coming out of this summit to allow the U.S. more access. We got out of our bases. We no longer have fixed bases, but we're going to have a lot more opportunities to train with the Philippine military, to send people there to do exercises, to have some equipment in place, because they want to see more of the American flag around their archipelago to help them train and help them secure their territory. And just to remind the Chinese that the Philippines, after all, are still a U.S. treaty ally and have friends in Washington.